Good morning and welcome to Got Turf by ProVetLogic. I'm Larry Shively with ProVetLogic, and today we're going to talk about how to clean and deodorize turf. Let me talk first about the construction of turf. There are two types of turf that you can buy or people buy. One is field turf. It's the kind of turf you see every Sunday on the NFL fields or Saturdays on the college fields. And you also have pet turf. The big difference between the two is that pet turf is made with a backing that has a lot of drainage. Okay, it's either the backing drains or there's perforated holes that allows the liquid to go through. Now, we are a big advocate of turf for use around pets and dogs. It's because of the health benefits. It's cleaner, it's safer, but there are challenges in deodorizing turf. Now, most of our competitors' products are what we call topical treatment, where our product is not only a topical treatment, but it also treats the substrate, whatever's put underneath that turf. And let me show you what I'm talking about. To demonstrate what we're talking about, how the substrate or the solution, in this case urine, goes through the turf and down into the substrate material. And some of that material may be sand, crushed stone, or some other type of substrate material. So what we have here is we utilize some sand, and I want to show you that it's just a white sand material. Now, to replicate dog urine, we've got this blue dye. Now, if blue pee comes out of your dog, I would shut the toilet bowl lid and call your doctor immediately. But for this case, we're going to use a blue dye so you can see how things work here. So I'm going to take the blue dye and I'm going to pour it to replicate urine. Okay, and dogs will have the tendency, especially in large populated areas, to go back to the scene of the crime, so to speak. So they'll constantly go back to the same area over and over, creating a concentrated level of urine. So let's pull this back and see what happens. As you can see, the urine, or in this case our blue dye, has gone into the substrate. Now times this by hundreds of dogs, or dogs that go over and over and over again. Now what happens is that urine gets into that substrate, and as it continues to soak through, it goes below into the substrate, down into whatever is underneath that substrate material. So over time, that's going to build up and create a horrible odor, and can be very difficult to remove unless you use the right product in the right process, which we're going to show you now. Yes, for commercial applications, we recommend using our ProFoam 2 foam gun, which is labeled with the tip colors. Now, the tip colors tell you what the dilution ratio is. And you insert the tip into the bottom of the lid, then put on your solution tube. So what happens is when we're going to put the concentrate in this bottle, the water pressure will go ahead and automatically dilute the product. Now, what you're going to see is a lot of foam. The reason why we like to use foam in the process is because even though you pick up the feces, there's always something left behind. For that reason, so you want to be able to treat the fibers, and we allow this to sit for 3 to 5 minutes before we rinse. That'll push everything into the surface and continue to work into the substrate and to take care of any organics that build up over time. So what we want to do is you take your concentrated product, pour your concentrate directly into the bottle. You can fill it up, or it's not necessary. You can fill halfway. I'm going to fill this up. All right. Put your cap back on the bottle, set it aside. Then I'm going to take my sprayer. You hook this to your garden hose, very simple. Put your bottle on the lid, screw it on nice and tight. So what you want to do is you want to start, if your turf is designed where it has a drainage, a lot of turf, especially large turf areas, are designed that it drains out to one corner. So you want to start at that corner, work your way back. Again, let's go back to the foam. The idea too is as soon as you see the foam on that surface, keep moving, don't keep spraying. That tells you have enough product on the surface. So let's go ahead and start by treating this area. As you can see, I put a little bit over. And important to note, on the surrounding landscape substrate, you can spray that as well. Wood fences, anywhere that urine will follow, you can spray. As you can see the foam, keep moving backwards. As soon as you see it, keep moving. Okay, what you want to do is, again, If your turf area butts up to wood fence, treat the fence about 12 inches up, because that wood acts as a wick. It'll absorb that urine. So treat everything around there. Kennel and Turf Care is totally environmentally friendly, so you can wash it out into the grass. You can do all types of surfaces. I also want to talk about the chemical, the pH of chemical. Whether it's our product or whoever's product you use, check the pH level of that particular product. If it's a very low pH, such as a 1 or 2, that's very acidic, or a high pH, 13 and higher, that can damage your turf. You may not see it on the surface, but what it does, it can delaminate your turf from the backing, so be very careful. Also, you want to be cautious about spraying a lot of disinfectants, chlorines, using this type of system, and then coming back and rinsing. In the next segment, we're going to talk about disinfecting turf, but you want to be very careful in doing that. So what you want to wait your 3 to 5 minutes, no more. The reason why is because the enzyme will begin to break down. So you want to wait 3 to 5 minutes. With our product, this is asked all the time. You can use it in direct sunlight. You can use it anytime. Heat, the hotter it is, the better it works. So after the 3 to 5 minutes, what you want to do is start from where you stopped. You basically want to push yourself back. Oh, sorry, I got to take the rinse piece off. So you want to take the bottle off, and you want to rinse it back through. A good rinse, not a sprinkly rinse. You want to get back there and just rinse this through all the way out. And what that's doing, you're in essence pushing that chemical through the topical surface into the substrate, and it's going to follow the path of the organics. Wherever that urine goes, this product's going to go like little Pac-Man. For those of you who remember that game, it's going to eat it like little Pac-Man. In a moment, I'm going to go to a new idea we have called One Shot. Hey, I'd like to show you our new innovation in Kennel and Turf Care. It's called One Shot. One Shot is a bottle that you simply hook to your garden hose, and it's ready to go. It's great for smaller applications, backyards, small dog parks. Let me show you how it works. You have a clean and a rinse side to it. So what you want to do is set your, same thing with the large one. You want to start at the front, walk your way back, set this to the clean. Start here and walk your way back. Again, you can go ahead and treat the substrate, the grass, it won't hurt anything. Then what you want to do, turn to the off position. Again, you want to wait your 3 to 5 minutes. And once you get past that 3 to 5 minutes, then what you do is you're going to set it to the rinse side. So we're going to go up here, same thing. It's got a nice pressure for rinse, as you can see. It's moving the foam. You're basically pushing that solution down into the substrate, forcing it out and into to follow the path of the urine. Once you're done, just shut it off. The big question people ask me is, when can I put my dog back on the surface after we go ahead and clean with Kennel and Turf Care? Well, rule of thumb is that you don't want to have a lot of heavy moisture or any standing puddles. Dogs are more susceptible to a toxic reaction to a chemical if they're standing in it. Although Kennel and Turf Care is non-toxic, safe for the environment, you still want to be careful. So you want to rinse it thoroughly, and as long as all the heavy moisture and for some reason you got standing puddles, get rid of those. If the turf is just damp, the dog is safe to go back on it. Again, thank you for joining us today as we talked about Kennel and Turf Care and how to deodorize and clean your turf area. In our next segment, we're going to talk about ideas for disinfecting your turf. So till then, thank you very much, and remember, you got turf? Get ProVetLogic. Thank you.